Z.A.T.O. Welcome back. I'll load this. What? What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen. The chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Grechevskaya? The fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ira storms to Garen. Sorry with the Discord ping. Her face is contorted with anger. A rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on the desk. I hastily grabbed onto it. Read that again, and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. Classmates who were caught up in the laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then head towards the door. Crazy bitch! She ignores him. Grechevskaya, where are you going? Ooh. Hey! Ira forcibly pushes past the teacher. You! Grechevskaya! What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threats fall on deaf ears. Everyone knew Grechevskaya. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules of anyone's who was. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they'll call her someone like a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. You get offered such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, not just a delinquent, a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she appeared out of thin air. All in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible, that is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Grechevsky's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talk like that. I heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garen. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun, and it's my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. Of course they want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I ever ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's the matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. Rarely shows up to school. Even when she does, she just leaves at random. Couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that, and also I was really scared. Ira's never so much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it's like I wasn't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. Crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. Came in through the door. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh. Hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business, so I just sat there, thinking about how I could approach her. Not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind, I just wanted to say thanks in theory. Should have been easy, but wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all of that for me. That would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds, but when I heard that sound like her getting off the windowsill, I flung open the door. Wait! I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair, and I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. What am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of the toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open as if I'd just gone mute. If every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. Oh, wait. Please. I took a step towards her and she bolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something. Even if it was the first thing that popped in my head. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill? When you sat smoking there right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? He blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. Thought so. Anything else? Oh, no. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I figured I heard you get into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Aaron read my stupid poetry. Sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. Then she sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Oh. Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked at the tiled floor. I knew what was the case, of course. Not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. This always happened. Soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I had no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? They're dumbfounded. Did you just say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. That means she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Gretchevskaya. The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. Stupor? I shook my head. Right, I need to get back to the classroom. Doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I'd headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shabina. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Thanks! By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifted a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No, it's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? Really looks like if you were pretty. Ugh, it really looks like you. You were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joke around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to. I wouldn't dare ask. I think she told me she'd say, none of your business, if I did. And she'd be right. But no. I'm imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the street killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. Thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. Embarrassing to think about now, but... Ira walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod. Not even a look in my direction. Guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... No, my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. It took all my courage just to muster that out. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Tatum. What? Remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus. You remember things like that? I'd have it back. Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't frickin' know. It's half a ruble, Shabina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. Probably just lost it or something. My ass keeps snapping to the doorway. Empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That'd be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's Not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but not the end of the world. Not exactly starving. Mainly, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah. Maybe if I eat less of his stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asia, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? I'm just gonna send you home for it. Oh. Good, I guess. The girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. I guess they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Z.A.T.O. Or at least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Z.A.T.O. He laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. Because we have very different sense of humors. I was reading class A and B like they're all male. I mean, I guess I read them all of them like they're male in a way, because yeah, whatever. But you never tried it before? Yeah. Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really... Hey. How about we help you out? Huh? Yeah, just some light makeup. Let's see what it's like. I don't know. Come on. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Alright, but... Yay! Come here then! I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with a goal to make somebody feel bad. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hateful, they don't fully understand it. I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, scream at them, or punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out of the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers seeing me like this. At least the toilet's closed so I can wash the mess off quickly, but... I should stop falling for these pranks, but... Sorry. I lift my face up without thinking. Oh no. Ugh. Hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. Must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God. I can't handle her looking at me like this. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. Told me that much. And in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me. That she cared about me, for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? For lashing out at a classmate she found annoying? Who just so happened to make fun of me? For not joining in? Telling me she liked my writing? She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Oi! 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 10. Do you remember? There! Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone around erupts and snickers. Hey! You're a cheap deal. Free later? Nah! Very funny. Oh, please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. That's right. Doing us all a disservice. Think your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before, as if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over silly coincidence. Also stupid. Can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. Shameful to admit, but better late than never, right? Got it. I'm caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I'd still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. Or that time that somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on, smile. Beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit on its own. Something I should learn to be content with. Something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head, and in my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got my classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this. I have all of this, right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. Why did I act as if it weren't enough? Why the hell... You idiot! What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Here looks... She's going to slap me, but instead swings her boot against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly wiping clumps of snow up to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. There was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance. and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently to the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is... Huh? The word concerned flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm not good at judging like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. Bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So, why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garen was bragging about slipping you in that stupid letter. Not that I'm talking about. Huh? Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? Screenshotting that one. As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's gonna punch me. She's gonna punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry, I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. Doesn't concern me at all. Just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. You pissed me off. You pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believed that, right? Right. I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. The oldest trick in the book. The love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at that shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh, no thanks. It's wet anyway. I pulled the letter and shoved it into my pocket. I don't get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. Fake confession is still a confession. Those words don't choose to be written insincerely. Okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real, I met Ira today. Ira came. After all those weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. I smile at her. Even if I said I had to come to terms with it, no. Right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that dumb last scrap hope I had. That small involuntary thought crept into my head whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, it finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. It's just so cute. What's with you? Ah, right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? It gives me a quick once over. You. Take care. Ah. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. Feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple of steps in the direction of my home. No. Changed my mind. I run back. My legs are still so stiff. I turn the same corner you were past not even a minute ago and it's already gone. I sigh. No, here it's deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be degenerate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? Okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, and then I went to the store, and then the library for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. Still attending classes, albeit irregularly. I was vanished during breaks. I don't know where. Dare ask. Something she'd say, none of your business if I did. Be right. Even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. And when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets killing time. Didn't she already say all of this? I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. Thought how interesting it would be if I talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. As naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it again and again. Walking and walking, praying and praying. You assholes ever shut up? Huh? Bitch. Nobody saw you enter the classroom. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that. So, choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself. As I did so, I kept begging, pushing I could as hard as I could for Ira to appear. So she did. Now, despite that overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walked to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way, only Garen doesn't. Move. Oh, shit. Move. Nah. What's the rush? I can play with this too. Huh? Dude, you serious? Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shabina's having fun. Right, Shabina? Don't look. Yeah. See? Here it doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what? You gonna throw a chair at me? Everyone's surprised. You're calmly your bag on the nearest desk. Starts digging through it without saying a word. Karen lets out an awkward chuckle. What? Got a grenade in there or something? He looks at him. Whoa! And jumps back into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Something very Silvery shines near his hand. It's a bow compass. Is that... Are you serious? Doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho nutcase, crazy bitch. Fred lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. Ah. Just like the last time. Mira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers. No, most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. That's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated. And I'm getting some really silly thoughts. Two times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. There's only 2 times. 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yeah, I guess you're right. The only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. Only... didn't do anything. Really. Only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I hadn't stopped playing that moment in my head over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore, because that moment I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. Still not good enough. I'll keep looking for her when I'm out. Screenshot. This game has a lot of nice dialogue. I'll keep looking for her when I'm out. Almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, rolling along the main street. The courtyard, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe, they weren't hard to run into. It was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home. Wish it could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents, spending hours on end at home like that every day. No, I really doubt it. The other, more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. She didn't want to be bothered? That sounds like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that. Bother the heck out of her. Felt almost brave about it. Mira could totally get pissed off. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa. For some reason, I really didn't think she would. Ah. My breath halted. Oh. Hey. Hi! Bent near the research institute's expel hot air. Nobody really goes here aside from the staff coming out to smoke. Never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here of all places? Again. Huh? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? Oh, no. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll. Here. Yes. Okay. Here gives me an incredulous look. Do you like smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Yes. I know that. Wanna try then? What? Smoking? Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Okay. He shrugs, but awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... And what about you, Kira? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the Institute? Yeah, something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh, you bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. I mean, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. Not. No, it's not. We've all heard about her family, and the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. Z.A.T O doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were to deliver something, I would, but here's different. She would do something just because she was... She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. You have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. You and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for an excuse to stave off the minute I have to come home, or when I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it out to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard, but it makes so much sense. Sorry I had such a hard time reading that line. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit in the cafe, and that's why she doesn't idle away at the community center, and that's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunches sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the Institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yeah, that's true. You'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Ira walks back into the building. Do I really need an explanation? Was all of that in her head? What? What the fuck? None of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garen doesn't talk too much to me. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh. She's not really my friend. You're Pitbull, then. Pitbull? Hey, that's spot on. Can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. Annoying as shit. They think we're friends? Well, not really, but looks like they picked up on it. On Ira reacting like that to me being used as a laughingstock. But was it just me? Not just my wishful thinking? That's nice to hear, even if I still don't know for sure. Most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah! I'll probably kick her out of here New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Here can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? Damn. Good point. Oof. Well, her parents can just send her away. To another town? Yeah. To a relative or something. What? No! Man, now that you say that. Everyone, pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. No, no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ira's a nuisance to her household. Been like that for a long time, but still forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh, this can't happen. No. So it is? That was something real that happened? I can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. They can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but her family. And why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it will all be over. If they do, then I won't. We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, and if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. Can't happen. Because it cannot happen. I raised my head and looked through the window. Snow was falling lightly on the yard. Dark pine branches sway under its height, under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across this tundra, far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it. So far that my mind circles around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. The world is way too gentle. Been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So, if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? Is there anything I can do? Bird flies past the window. You're what? Really using up all my luck these days. You're sitting smoking in the girl's bathroom just like she did when I first talked to her. No snowflakes blow in the room, picking her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to classes much, but you can really get sick out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Really not care? Everyone says that you'll get sent away. That your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We we go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. What if I keep staring at my shoes? Okay, that's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It's just an excuse. Selfish ploy to get some scraps of Era's time before she goes. I wonder, I'd do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years, but now that I think back to it, so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. Doesn't know. Thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. Just not fair. Really is too good of a person. Are you, not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes. You know, ones we use for classes. Have you seen something like that laying around? Era's expression darkens. Don't worry, we're just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class and the corridors. Probably some are really obvious, but I'm just not good at this kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. He throws the cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. I'm not saying a word, Era storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait! I said it's fine. We're playing a game. Really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No. Zurkov. Same difference. He walks out of the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Era has in mind, but it became immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, Siri! Swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Ah! Some poor guy stumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry! We're sorry! Turns to shake his head in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Era to the bathroom. Ugh, it smells so much worse in this one. I look around and see Era's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Era steps on the toilet bowl. Please be careful. I'm fine. Grabs onto the flush tank secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. I clasp the diary in my hands. We've been here all along? Look up at Era, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you! Yeah. Whoa. Era almost loses her balance, but comes just in time. The moment bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. Think it's broken? No, I didn't see anything. Oh, but why would I be in the men's toilet? Gross. I see. Thank you again. How did you know it was be in the boys' bathroom? You think Sharik would go into the ladies' room? No, I suspect they put it in there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start, instead of running around the whole school like a... No. You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. You were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad, and I wouldn't. I can't. I can't say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be right, and the love of. It's not like I never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So frickin' what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everyone's laughing. I can't look people in the eyes like that. Then when I go along with it, at least they talk to me. I know you're okay on your own, but what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. He exhales sharply. Doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yeah? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she is getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to, hiding themselves back when Ira's around. A real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine, but here I am, whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling her to get her act together, and yet I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem? Why? What kind of question is that? Because I liked them? Oh, really? You like them? You like my poems? Why else would I ask? Oh, that's... Thank you very much! I mean... Yes, yeah, of course! I'll write one, do you want it to be about something, or maybe a specific mantra? Mantra? I don't care. Anything. Alright. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah. You do that. Your checks are what you want. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. Waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. Really stayed in school for way too long. Shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, I went to the store, then to the library, and for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me, and whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. Still attends classes, she vanishes during breaks, and I'll never ask where to. I'm imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was laughing at, but... I did it when I was walking home from school or the store or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked, if I tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. As naive as I behaved the day, I kept doing it. Saying that. Why did she keep saying that? Was I reading that fast just because the music was fast? Ah. Oh. Ira, hi! What are you doing here? Here points to the cigarette. Oh, no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Aiming to return some books. Oh, so you go to the library? What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? It looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. She reads something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark for crass for someone like me? It's kind of unfair, though, isn't it? The other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. Very visceral. But I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message, though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically, it's that evil is inherently a part of life. Can't try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. If you do good things in time of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Huh? I guess there are some okay people in this world, but a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a really depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never heard someone call it dirtbag. You serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, not that bad. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I actually think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all the greater evil coming from? Think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There's some things we perceive as painful in the moment, and then there are really horrible, awful things happening every day, but I think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There's this famous judge, Dionysus something, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he says evil is not being, or it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So Hitler's not evil? That's a rather extreme example, but he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists. It's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Of course not. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. Omni what? Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we weren't born with some big evil force inside of us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. But I know that, but it's a kind of being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Because it's the idea of being itself, right? And I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird? Say weird things? For a second I feel a lump rise in my throat, but then I realize something. Here doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it's nice being able to think that way. Like everyone's good deep down, like nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. Sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Whoa. Even angrier. Yes. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Harry, you bet. I imagined you were throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying toward 100 Garens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Here is like a... Oh, hit. What? Hold on. I gotta Google that. Bodhisattva? Bodhisattva? A being dedicated to achieving Buddhahood. Person who's obtained or strives towards Bodhi, awakening, enlightenment, or Buddhahood. Dozens of hands, half are for holding fortune, half are for stationary. A halo of chairs and compasses. Halotron with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. The earth surrounds by 100 of halos. We walked for a little while longer, just idle chatter while we finished her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've read recently, my impressions, my interpretations. I'm not really used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening, though. Every time I say something, I see Ira's face signs of boredom. Maybe I'm not just looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sorts. Oh, jeez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. We put her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. I understand. But, well, those novels sounded kind of interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And I'm sorry for the stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the frickin' apologies? I just said thanks. Here gives me a look so threatening, I cut myself off. Right. I hope you would enjoy them. He nods in approval. Phew. Oh, and the books I read. They were, yes? Angelique. By Anne Golan. And Angelique? The romance series? It's historical. Not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and I didn't really expect you to be into... They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You're not? It's just that... If you want to read something historical or whatever, they're alright. Okay. I'll remember that. It looks like she'd better say something else, but then she turns her heels and stomps away. See ya. Yeah, see you around. Ira disappeared down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. Talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It even nicer than I imagined. I had no idea. Likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little bit more about herself. It feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies. I wonder what her favorites are. She also like romance films? That'd be cute. I usually prefer detective films. But I really enjoy all kinds of movies. If she wanted to watch something, maybe I could even go to the cinema? That could be so much fun. It's so long since the last time I've gone there. I need to see her again. She skips more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's here's modus operandi. I don't know what that means. To some degree, I understand it, but I still wish she showed her face from time to time. Only for one lesson. Probably wouldn't talk even if she came. Not something that we'd ever do in class. I don't expect anything in that regard. Just in the back of her head would be enough. I'm gonna save there. Because I've been playing for a bit. Hope you enjoy. That's a fucking hour and 13. Okay. When I cut that down, it might just be like an hour. Alright. See ya.